Hello and welcome to Bloom Chakra Healing Tarot or Bloom Healing Tarot. We're evolving, we're reducing, we're transcending. We are all about chakras. If you know my channel, if you've been here before, thank you so much for joining again. And if you're new, thank you so much for stepping in and taking a little while to spend some time with me. My name is Sasha. I am your green goddess. And I'm going to be doing a very special Halloween live reading for you for the sign of Leo, whether you have this in your sun, moon, rising, or any other placement in your chart, or you are simply guided to be here. I was guided to go with Leo this evening. We are doing a whole lovely stream of Halloween specials leading up to the 31st and rolling into the Dia de los Muertos at the beginning of November. So this is going to be some cool energy channeling just to sort of help out the collective and help them find out whether there's anything about their person that they should know about before or around this very beautiful festival time. And this is a great time of festival and rejoicing and celebrating with our dearly departed loved ones and remembering our ancestors and our families and our friends that have passed over or are simply no longer in our lives, in our energy field. There is a lot of growing and growth and change and bringing in new families and new structures and new paradigms. And that can be very unsettling at times. It can be very, it can make us a bit unsteady on our feet. And I know that our Leos don't need or like that sort of energy. They don't like being unsteady on their feet. They pretty much stand in their strength most of the time. But even the greatest king of the jungle is scared of something. Maybe they're scared of the dark. Maybe they're scared of the things that hide in the dark. We can all be in that. We can all resonate with that. So, yeah, I was definitely guided and called to go with Leo. I was called to go with Aquarius for the first reading of these. And now we're on to Leo. I didn't even pull cards to decide. It was just told to me that I was going to go with Leo. And I felt that was very much my grandpa, my nono coming through, my passed over grandpa, who was a fiery Leo. And he's very much on my, on my guard. He's on guard for me at the moment. He's very much helping guide and also guard my journey and ensure that I get to where I'm going. And it's beautiful to feel his protection and his strength all around me. And so, we're going to pull in that strength for all of us that may be 3 on the clock. Anyone that may be feeling that touch of the dark night of the soul, or late night wonderings, late night worries, or sort of just feeling a little bit unsteady on your feet or in your decision making. Let the Leo strength, let the Leo pride strength really support you and allow you to have conviction and confidence and excitement and passion in your decisions and in your actions and in your emotions, that you really let that fiery spirit come through. And do not be, I was going to say, you do not be a sheep among lions. You really don't want to be a sheep among the lions. What I think I meant to say was, don't be a lion among sheep. If you recognize that you are a lion, even if you haven't quite found your growl and your roar just yet, but you're feeling like the people around you just really aren't your kin, or you're belittling or dimming your light down simply because those around you don't understand what it is to be a lion, and you're pretending to be a sheep just to fit in, realize the absurdity of that, and recognize that you have a soul tribe out there that is looking for you too, and talk to them, reach out to your spirit guides, reach out to the animal spirits and the ancestors that resonate for you as animals or animal energies. Like Leo obviously is the lion, but it's every cat. It's every cat in the animal kingdom. It's every little furry pussycat, and up to the jaguar and the cheetah and the lion and the tiger and the panther and the saber-toothed tiger, and even around all of the canines, all of the dog kingdom as well, because actually the cat and the the Canis Major is actually relating to Leo, okay, but canine relates to the dog family. So there is this big link up, especially within mythology, between the cats and the dogs, the wolves and the panthers and the lions and the tigers and the bears. We won't throw the bears in just then, but lions and tigers and bears is a very famous quote. 10 points to anyone that can guess where that's from. But anyway, back to what I was saying. We're doing a Halloween special, and we are going to be looking at what is the spooky secret between you and them, Leo. Okay, and the them in your life could be a partner, a lover, a friend, a stranger, a neighbor, a colleague, someone you've just met, someone that's coming towards you, perhaps, that you haven't met yet. Or someone that you haven't connected with in the physical 3D, but you have connected with them somehow, some way or other, either in the 5D, either on social media or online or on the phone or something like that. And unfortunately, we all have secrets. We all we all have secrets because we all have private lives. But some people are, becoming masterful or have become masterful at keeping secrets from others, or keeping their lives shrouded in some kind of cloak so that others can't really see the real them. And we all do that to a fashion, to an extent. But when it is used as, a disguise or a mask in order to achieve some other end, then that's not good. So in light of that, in light of the fieriness and power of Leo, we are going to read this beautiful card, which is your signifier today, Leo, number 8 in the fairy tale deck, the Inner Child Tarot. This is Beauty and the Beast. And I felt like reading to you. I didn't read for Aquarius last time, but hey, you're going to get a story. Maybe because it's slightly later now and it feels a little bit more like close to bedtime for some people. So this is Beauty and the Beast. And before we start, let's just cleanse, tune in. We have heart chakra incense, cleansing and protecting the energy. This is a heart chakra reading. These are all going to be very heart chakra centered because we're celebrating death. We are celebrating Scorpio. We're celebrating the heart chakra, which resonates with death in my tarot deck. And also we're going into a Scorpio new moon. Scorpio represents death in the tarot, and also represents transformation and resurrection. And all this is to do with the heart. And it's all about ensuring that our hearts are healed and whole and holy before we step through into that next transitional stage. We cannot, in fact, step through the portal. If your heart does not weigh right against the feather of Mart, then you will not be able to cross through anyway. So it's all about getting our ducks in a row down here on the physical plane, in order that whatever transitional change you are hoping to go through next will be clear and free and purified of anything that you no longer need. And this is really where the heart has to be the filter. You know, it's like the sacral chakra in our stomach is like the furnace where all of the information, the emotional information, is stored and churned and sits like that whirlpools in your stomach. But the heart really connects both the lower realm of our body with the higher realm of the intellect and the intuition. And it's that coordination, that heart-mind resonance, that allows us to make sense of those emotions and also check in that what we're feeling is really us and not someone else's energy that they've either transplanted into our field by mistake or on purpose, or to emotionally blackmail us in some way, 1111. But so yeah, we carry a lot of emotional resonance from other people. And a lot of that is good. A lot of that is good learned stuff, 1122, that we pick up from our parents and our siblings and those loving encounters with family and friends as we're growing up. But unfortunately, we also pick up a lot of negative resonance from other people. And that sticks to us like mud. It sticks to us like heavy glue. And it starts to permeate into our belief about who we are as a person, about our belief about what we can achieve and our potential. And we have to, so, you know, the heart is that filter to really help us navigate that not all the emotions are there to be indulged or entertained or taken to the limit. But love is where that love is really what the heart is all about, 1212. And that's a beautiful thing to say, isn't it? Love is where, or what, the heart is all about. Love is what this whole universal creation is all about. It's everything he wanted us to see, and it's all that really matters at the end of the day, at the end of every day, and at the dawning of every new day. But unfortunately, the way in which we are brought up and the way in which we are conditioned by the matrix and by the world around us in the 3D has us holding on to all the negative stuff, all of the put downs, all of the fears of others or impressions of others that really aren't who we are. But we've allowed it to take up space in our minds and in our belief system that it's something important. 1313. Oh, I'm getting all the double numbers tonight. We had all the master numbers in Aquarius, and now I'm seeing something else. Okay, so let's just focus back on Leo. So where does Leo come in? Leo is our solar plexus chakra. It is that another furnace. It's another fiery sun sitting between the sacral chakra of our emotions and the heart of that real love channel. Because love is the vibration. Emotions are markers or rungs on the spectrum of love. It is not that love and hate exist on both ends. Love is the spectrum, and hate is a low vibrational energy or frequency that sits down but at the bottom of the scale of love. But it is still on the spectrum, okay? Everything is love, and all you need is love, okay? But the solar plexus is kind of like that extra fuel power, extra firepower from the furnace of your sacral emotional self that really allows you to step into your love and be bold and be brave and be vulnerable and use the word love either on yourself, oh my God, stop the press, or on someone else. You know, used in prayer, used in thought, used in everyday conversation, I think we should introduce love a little bit more. So we're on a love tip, but it's Halloween. Halloween is actually all about love. It's about remembering those that we've loved and lost, and those that we learned from, and those beautiful tapestries of our families that have left us such a legacy that we carry forward in our veins, in our blood, in our DNA, and in our music and our food and our language and in our love language with each other. The ways in which we connect is that which came before us, and we should honor that and give thanks and praise to all of our spirit guides and our ancestors, who are all standing by to cheer you on. They're like a lion pride of cheerleaders for you, who want to see you achieve everything that your heart desires. And my granddad wanted that for me as well. And he left me one hell of a legacy. And I'm very proud to be his granddaughter, and very proud to be carrying on such an amazing family line. And that's one strand of a very broad, expansive family that I have. But so for tonight, let's let that Leo energy, that solar plexus power, give us the strength and excitement and passion and confidence to step into our light and step into love, really step into love, okay? So I hope you're all sitting comfortably. We're going to have a little story. And before we start, I will simply say, God protects me and fights my battles. No weapon formed against me in spirit or in physical may prosper. I am loved, highly favored, and protected from all evil. And so are all of you sharing in this reading with me. I hope some of this will resonate. If it doesn't, just don't bear it any mind. But if it does resonate, notice it. And notice where it resonates for you in your body, and try and hold on to it and embody it and really think on it a little bit after this reading. And if you feel like you did get a resonation, oh, we're starting new words out here. If you did resonate with anything in this reading, you can always send me energy donations back by liking, subscribing, or even sending me a donation. Your donations are helping me build this channel, and it means the absolute world to me. And if you wanted to use your donation to actually get a reading and dig into your story into more detail, then please do look at the details in the description box below. And if you'd like me to do your reading, I just saw 1818. If you'd like me to pull some cards for you and do a reading, please do reach out to me, because I would be really delighted to get to know you a bit better. So without further ado, at 18 minutes 33, let us start our reading. For Leo. Happy Halloween, everyone. This is the Beauty and the Beast. In the original version of this classic fairy tale, Beauty lives with her father, 2 sisters, and 3 brothers. She is noted for her kindness and sensitivity, while her sisters are greedy. The family is very rich, but the father has a boat wreck and loses all their wealth. Beauty works in the fields and is very humble. The father hears that his treasures may have been found, so he ventures on a long journey. But just before departing, he asks his daughters what they would like. The 2 sisters want valuable jewels and clothing. Beauty asks only for a black rose. The rose is the star of life in the realm of flowers, and black represents the unseen beauty within, the hidden beauty of the rose, the hidden beauty of humanity. The father leaves, but does not recover his lost fortune. Instead, he arrives at a castle. All the doors are open, the fire is roaring, and the food is laid out. He eats, rests, and spends the night. The next morning, he gets up and visits the garden, where he plucks a rose. Suddenly, the beast, a man with the head of a lion, symbolizing the black rose or the hidden beauty, appears in the garden. He gets angry and says he will forgive the father if he can have his daughter. The father receives riches from the beast. Beauty visits the beast at the castle. She sees his kindness and continues to watch him. The castle is beautiful, and she has splendid feasts. One day she finds a tower and sees a mirror. The mirror says, "Through time, in your heart, you will see the truth." Beauty begins to have a recurring dream in which she is at a lake and meets a handsome prince. An old crone tells her that she needs to learn about spiritual beauty, and the compassion in her heart keeps growing for the beast. One day, Beauty's father becomes ill, and she goes to visit him. The beast asks her to return within 3 weeks, saying, "I'll die without you." She stays longer than the allotted time and then looks into a mirror, and she sees the beast dying by a lake. In that moment, she realized that she loves the beast. She rushes back to the castle and finds the lake, takes the beast's head in her arms, and says she loves him. Her tears flow on him, and as he stirs, she goes to get a drink. Then she sees the prince from her dream reflected in the lake. When she turns around, the beast has been transformed into a handsome prince. The prince tells Beauty that an ugly woman once came to his castle and he treated her poorly. She cursed him by turning him into a beast and indicated that the spell would only be broken when someone could see his true inner beauty. It was Beauty who was able to break the enchantment with her unconditional and genuine love. The story of Beauty and the Beast is an inspirational fable that generates music in the heart. The age-old lesson or moral is that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. In the traditional tarot, this card is called Strength and often pictures a beautiful woman opening the mouth of a lion. When this card appears in your reading, accept the miraculous gift of love in your life, not for what you can visibly see, but for what you feel and know as truth. True love is available to us when we open our spirits to inner guides and dreams, and dare to follow our hearts. Love is often disguised, as is truth. Look beyond the mask, beyond the personality world, and beyond the surface and stereotypes. Where there is darkness, see light. Where there is pain, send healing prayers and thoughts. Where there is disharmony, sow seeds of contentment and joy. Let your warmth and magnanimity flow. When you look in the soul mirror, be thankful for the beautiful gift of divine life and eternal love. I'll read that again. When you look in the soul mirror, be thankful for the beautiful gift of divine life and eternal love. Traditional tarot archetype, Strength, zodiacal ruler, Leo. Well, that was splendid, Spirit. Beautifully splendid. And just to sort of comment on this lovely card, we've got some awesome spirit animals already present. Obviously, King of the Jungle, Leo, is here. And we've also got the Owl of Wisdom, another Dove of Peace. We had 2 Doves of Peace in the Aquarius reading. And look, we've got some bunnies in the grass. I think that's 3 bunnies. Yeah, it is. 3 bunnies. Oh, and look, she's got, look, there's even more animals. So she's got a Dove of Peace in her hands, and he's got a little mouse. So mice are very industrious and, you know, good at sort of making nests and making homes and making homes in other people's homes. But, you know, that's what it is. But, you know, the bunnies are definitely feeling like a lot of fertility. There's a lot of lovely fertility with these bunnies on the grass here, and a lot of green and a beautiful castle in the background. And this is probably one of the nicer or nicest moments of this eternal fairy tale, where she isn't scared in his presence. You know, it's actually Beauty that also has to find her own courage, her own strength. And it's for Beast to learn to be vulnerable and allow someone to be there for him. So it's interesting how this energy works. We all have to learn to balance the fiery lion within us. And sometimes it's about letting it out to growl and roar and prowl about a bit and mark their territory. And sometimes it's about being a little bit more submissive and a bit more approachable, less bite, less, you know. So however that resonates for you, I hope you liked your story. Let us get into the reading. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Let's pull a couple. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or any placement that resonates for you. You might be dealing with a Leo. Maybe you're a cross watcher. Maybe you're, I'm hearing divine feminine, divine masculine out here. You may well be listening for your better half, your other half. I don't really mean that they are your better half. It's really just an expression. You are first and foremost completely 100% whole on your own, divine masculine and divine feminine. And in fact, I believe that when we come together in union, we each complement each other. Where one has strengths, they support the other. And where one feels that they know less about a subject, you know, we each take turns in being the student and the teacher and help each other grow. And I think that's beautiful. And that's really how we grow together as people, as humanity, learning from each other. The moment that you think you can't learn from somebody else, it's game over. It's game over, because you've kind of tapped out of your own journey. You've kind of just, you didn't pass go, you didn't collect 200, you went straight to spiritual prison, to spiritual jail, because you basically said, I know everything and no one can know more than me. So anything anyone tries to teach me, I'm just going to say that's wrong, or that's against something, or they don't know what they're talking about, because I simply didn't have that in my sphere of reference. And unfortunately, that's very misguided, because the Akashic field will tell you that she is the one that knows everything, and only the Akasha can know even what cannot be known. She knows. And to believe that you know everything about everything is very, very retarded, actually. It's mentally retarded. It shows a deficiency in recognizing your own brilliance, but also your own insignificance in the great scheme of this creation. So I don't know if that was a message for somebody, but it came out. And look what I was toying with while I spoke to you. Express yourself. Express yourself. Spider Girl, Leos, my lions, my lionesses, express yourself. This is real lion energy. This is solar plexus power. And it's throat energy, obviously, throat chakra. Number 58. Spider Girl uses her flexibility to swing through the streets of the city. Yeah, bravery 7, loyalty 7, strength 7. Now that's some beautiful synchronicity. And that's exactly what Leo's bringing to you. So awesome. Spider Girl energy. And I kind of feel like Spider Girl is quite a watery energy. I'm feeling Spider's got that watery energy going on, you know. Let's pull another superhero energy for my Leos for your Halloween reading. And, you know, we are out here stealthily searching for spooky secrets. Okay, so if anything jumps out, I might not specifically say it. You might see it on a card, or you might hear it in some subcontext of what I say. Spirit is guiding what's coming through me. So you know your story better than anyone. If it resonates, awesome, embody it. If it doesn't, let it go. Oh my goodness. We've got another bunny. We've got some more bouncing bunny Easter energy. Easter bunny says, you can't beat a chocolate egg hunt at Easter. Build a nice little surprise for one of your friends and hide it somewhere for them to find. Ooh, well, there you go. Straight away, we've got a clue. Someone is maybe wrapping a gift, preparing a secret present, secret surprise gift giving for someone that they care about. It may have related to something that happened at Easter. It may well be coming back to this idea of fertility. This egg with the bunny could talk about the beginning of a new life. But definitely there's a gift coming for someone. So someone's getting a gift. And it's lovely green heart energy. This is definitely a baby bunny. This feels very sort of baby bunny to me. So definitely could be a new baby, or someone's maybe celebrating first Easter with their new baby, or something. Yeah, lovely yellow bunny as well. Build a nice little surprise for one of your friends and hide it for somewhere for them to find. So that could be a secret. That could be a secret. I'm feeling called by the superheroes. I'm feeling superhero superpower for Leo Fire. Okay, let's pull another superhero and give Leos what they want. Okay, we've got Super Spider Girl. We've got the Easter Bunny. A lot of feminine energy coming through. One more Spirit. Oh my goodness me. Look at that for us. Halloweeny message. Look at that. It's the Scarecrow. Now, if that's not Halloween themed alignment, I don't know what is. That's cool, man. Look at that. There are so many scary movies with a scary scarecrow. It says, Scarecrow. So far today, the Scarecrow has scared 17 crows away from the cornfield. Time to turn the tables. Build something terrifying to scare the Scarecrow. Okay. I'm kind of liking that. I'm feeling like that's sort of like a bit of divine protection. There's a little cat next to the Scarecrow that is fast asleep and not looking scared at all. So whoever this Scarecrow is that might have been scaring off all the crows. In fact, it could have been the cat that was scaring off the crows, and it wasn't the Scarecrow at all. But the Scarecrow just thinks he's the big enchilada. It's got a very witchy hat, so I'm feeling like this could be a feminine energy. Not that all witches are women. We would possibly call them warlocks if they're men, but I would say that we can use witches to describe men and women in this day and age for sure. Warlocks just more terminology, to be honest, but I'm feeling like this is quite a witchy hat. So I'm just kind of getting that feminine energy, and we have got Spider Girl and we have got the Easter Bunny, which is kind of feminine, and those match. Look, we had a lot of green heart chakra energy coming out, and look, we've got kind of a matching pair here. That's because they're Lego cards as well. So they're two of the Lego matching ones. Cool. Well, let's put that in the middle then. Alrighty. That's enough of those. Now we're going to pull a couple of my oracles, and we're going to find out what spooky secrets we've got. I'm just going to use half my oracle deck so that we can get your energy coming through better than when I'm trying to manhandle a big pile. So let us ask a question. And that question is, Spirit, and I thank you, my ancestors, my spirit guides, Holy Father, Holy Mother, Holy Spirit, earth, wind, fire, water, and ether. Spirit. Okay. Maybe I'll take another one. So Spirit's kind of like jumped out at me with these, but we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. So we've got somewhere over the rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow. This is definitely those crossing over the rainbow bridge. Definitely could be talking, or you could be feeling the energy of passed over loved ones. Maybe your fur babies, maybe you've lost a pet or a friend or a family member, and you're feeling a connection with them as we are in this phase. You know, oh, look, that is confirmation from Spirit that definitely your spirit guides are here. They're listening out for you. They're looking out for you, and they want you to know that you are protected and loved, and you're seen. You know, you're seen and cherished. You know, there was something else that just came to me about that. I don't know, it might come back. The other two cards, I think the reason I'm hesitating is that I kind of hadn't really finished asking my question, but when these cards came out, Spirit was just kind of saying, take them. And so I guess I'm just trying to feel into why. But it'll come to me. So somewhere over the rainbow, yeah, passed on loved ones, wanting to connect. Oh, yeah, that's it. So the veil is really thin. This October, the veil is like super thin. I think that is a combination of all of these very, unique planetary alignments and retrogrades, very heavy moon cycles that we've been going through. And also, it is Halloween. It is Samhain. This month is always charged with spiritual energy. And there's a lot of karma coming in. There's a lot of karma being reaped because of seeds sown in the past, and that is good karma and bad karma. It is a rotating wheel, you know, it is a rotating cycle. And those that have been sowing seeds of good karma, they are now reaping that good karma. That harvest is coming in. And those that haven't been reaping or sowing seeds in the right way, or sowing seeds in the wrong gardens, they will be reaping the harvest of whatever they have put into the ground and into the ether. And so the veil is super thin at the moment. So because of that, we have to be really up on our protection, but especially of our own. We have to be really careful of, you know, what we put out into the universe is manifesting instantly. There's no sort of, in some circumstances, people will be experiencing very instant return on their manifestation, in a good way and in a bad way. And you can sometimes, you know, get knocked sideways by how quickly the things you say will manifest. So just be conscious that everything that you're putting out verbally and thought wise, feeling wise, intention wise, is for the highest good of yourself and others, and isn't on some low down vibration, because unfortunately you will get spun around, you know, that boomerang. I've been thinking about this karma as a boomerang recently. You know, it really is not just coming round to hit us in another life anymore, and it's not even coming round to hit us a few years down the line. Something you did in school once to hurt someone is now being reaped as an adult. No, everything is aligning, and it's almost like you do something right now, that boomerang of karma comes right back around in a circle, and could actually manifest in the same day. So yeah, be conscious that you are a very powerful manifester, and by the same token, you're a powerful healer of your own body, of your own emotional, mental health. And you don't need pharmaceutical drugs and pills and treatments to look after your well-being. What you need is the sort of connection and commitment to self-love and to look after yourself. And that's all you need to really start asking those right questions about what's the sort of, you know, what sort of vibration should I be connecting in with 42, 42, 42, 47. Okay. The next card we got was It Is Written. And this card kind of just knocked me sideways because this is very powerful. So it is written. This is kind of like the Ace of Cups. You can see I've got a cup made out of stars, of constellations. It is written, like this is written in the stars. This is a destined connection. This is something that was always preordained, prophesied to be, to come come about, to manifest here on the physical plane. Whether it was written in the ancient scriptures of Jerusalem, of Egypt, of China, of Russia, of Antarctica, of Greenland, of South America, Mexico. These stories all link back to this one beautiful creator who was the ultimate storyteller. The creator is the storyteller. They've been setting out all of these stories and fairy tales and myths and legends for us to learn our way around. And Neptune is here. Whenever I see this, I think of what I'm doing right now, which is doing readings at night. Neptune energy, Neptunian energy is what we tap into at night, wherever you are in the world, whichever world you're on, of course. Neptune is deeply connected to water. It's our origins. It's where we come from. It's sorry, Mercury. Thank you. Stuttering. Sorry, did I stutter? Neptune energy is like the mother water mem energy, connecting us into the origins of our past. It is the spiritual world. It is the world of our ancestors and our spirit guides. So when we connect in at night and we do tarot readings and channelings at night, there is a very different energy field, energy space. Every myth and legend about Halloween and All Hallows Eve and Samhain and ghosts and ghouls and goblins all come out at night, right? It's always the creature in the darkness. It's always the monster under the bed, or, the boogeyman in the dark swamp. It's all symbolic of the light and the dark. It's all symbolic of this journey that we go through archetypally to this card is coming up again and again, is quite resonant. It's our torch in the darkness. We are all just one light wandering around in the darkness, and most of us don't realize we are a torch and we are a light. And we're all just bumbling around in the dark. But when you start to recognize that you have this beautiful light inside you, it is a guide. It is a light to help you out or through the darkness. Let's just say it's always darkness, but we are always the light at the end of the tunnel, if that lands with you. So all of these myths and legends around the dark, what happens on Halloween night, All Hallows Eve, Guy Fawkes night, all these connections with the darkness and things that go bump in the night is a reminder, one, that is really what's on the other side. And we need to make sure that we are spending as much time in the light in our lives so that we have the strength to face what's ever in the darkness. And there will be something in the darkness for us all. Whether that be a childhood trauma or some kind of difficult relationship with a parent that has left you feeling sort of alone or untethered in the world, or a way of being simply that I've lost my point. Totally lost my train of thought. Something else was trying to come in. Okay. So we've got a real connection of light and dark coming in. That which happens in the dark, there is a very different energy when we tap in at night. It's why I like to do a lot of my readings after dark. It's a very almost instantaneous tap in. Much easier, I suppose, in the day. Again, vampires. I'm just thinking now about vampires. They're allergic to sunlight, right? They have to only come out at night. Light is their kryptonite. And so we've got this lovely introduction of light and dark. And I will say that Leo, the solar plexus chakra, which Leo represents, sits at the halfway mark, the perfect halfway mark of the body and the chakra system. And it is the balancing point between negative and positive, or light and dark in the body. So we've got this beautiful sort of sense of the yin and yang, the light and the dark coming through. And it was prefaced by Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So we've got real abundance and worldliness awaiting us at the end of this healing journey, this healing water journey of Neptune. Something that Unique and Unapologetic says, which I love, is that it's not proving what you know, it's about healing from what you know. And I think that's so true. You know, there's a lot of wisdom in the water, but rather than trying to use your analytical skills to prove what you're learning on your journey, you need to use the water to heal from what you're learning on the journey, because it's hard and it's painful and it's destructive, and we need to keep healing, actively healing. And that is physically with water, you know, having your spiritual baths, having your spiritual showers, singing in the shower, praying in the shower, connecting with spirit, connecting with your emotions, having a good cry. All that pain and emotion is released through your tears. It was no coincidence in Harry Potter that Snape's tears held all the memories and all the pain and the truth. The truth was in his tears that he gave to Harry at the end and told him to put them in the pensieve so that they could see the true story of what had happened and how much Snape had loved Lily, Harry's mother, and that actually Snape had been protecting Harry his whole life. But there had been this huge delusion and disguise about what had happened, precisely so that Harry would be lured into a trap. And I loved how J.K. Rowling really explored that idea of tears actually holding all this wisdom and all this pain. And it's absolutely the case. And however much pain you're in, when you cry and you allow yourself to feel that energy, you allow yourself to feel the feelings, even to touch that painful spot that you're denying or hiding or trying to protect, you will feel a release. Oh, my ears started ringing then. You will feel a release, and you will feel relieved, and you will have mended a little bit of your heart. Okay? So these are not children's fairy stories, but they exist in all children's fairy stories. And for all those boys and big boys that were told or demanded not to cry and not to show their emotions and not to feel their emotions, I hope that you're all starting to realize what bad advice that was and how farther it's taken you to connect with what's really important for you, because you've had to navigate your emotions kind of without a map. And those of us in a more feminine energy, and you know, we needed something on our side, right? You know, the feminine side of humanity really needed one little extra superpower, because we were going to need it, and that was communication and connection with our emotions. And the sooner you can go on that journey, whether you're a man or a woman, and really start to befriend your emotions and allow them, the sooner you'll be in Elysium, I just heard, which is beautiful. And so we've got It Is Written and Neptune. We're at 53 minutes 53. Okay, we're going to pull some more cards. It is written. This is a prophecy about to come true. This is the secret here, Leo. This is otherworldly. This is other dimensionally. This is, you know, somewhere over a rainbow is literally like your fairy tale dreams that you designed, that you colored in, are now manifesting because it's written. It was ordained, it was explained, it was meant to be. Let's take another extra oracle for Leo. We're going a little bit longer than I thought, guys, but oh my God, it's getting really hot in here again. Who just... Okay. What's the spooky secret between Leo and their person? Thank you, Spirit. Can you clarify the cards that we've got already? For Leo and their person, what's the spooky secret between them? Is it a good secret? Is it a bad secret? Is it ugly as F? Or is it something to do with some kind of prophecy, abundance? There's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You may have Neptune in your chart. You may have, you may well be connecting with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There's a lot of Scorpio energy in this reading because obviously we're celebrating death. Death represents Scorpio in the tarot, represents resurrection. Ooh. Ooh, this is an energy. Instinct. The wolves. I was just feeling moon energy when I was talking about water with Neptune. I connect water and Neptune with, I connect Neptune and the moon very strongly with water. And then here we go, as I was talking about the Scorpio moon, here we go with 3 wolves and a moon. Scorpio is the master of 3. And look, we have 3 arrows of desire on Triton's trident, okay? 3 wolves, or a wolf with 2 heads, a wolf with 2 faces, a 2-faced wolf, and and a wolf alone. Instinct. So the grey colour, the grey silver, is giving me that energy of ether and spirit and air as well. There's a sort of smoky fog in the background. I feel like these wolves, or at least the wolf in the foreground, is protected, using their instincts. They're following their intuition. I feel this. The wolves in the background could well be sort of like parent figures, perhaps those that have passed over. There's almost kind of like a circle of light around all of them, but the little wolf is separated almost like by a mirror or a portal. So these could be passed on loved ones. These could be parents. These could be, there is a very two-faced energy obviously coming through here, but I don't feel it's a demonic or sort of negative energy. I feel it's just sort of, instincts are what animals and wolves have, right? We have instincts too, but we call it intuition. Instinct is just far more connected to the natural world. Because they live on their instincts. They don't live on what social media said or what the news said. They do refer back to what their parents taught them, and their parents taught them about their instincts. They taught them that one day you're going to be out there on your own alone, and you're going to have to fend for yourself, and it's going to be dark under the moon, and we might not always be there on the path with you, but we're always guiding you. And that is the instinct, really. That's that connection. So it's your higher self. It's your future self. It's your ancestors who have come before you that exist in your neural space. They exist in your 5D, your 4D, your 6D experience in your dreams. And they also have given you all of that sort of wisdom that you're now carrying forward as a almost carbon copy of them. So there's a nice family energy. but a family that have been separated, I think. And that can be, you know, sometimes we're separated from people, but it's not physical separation. Sometimes we're separated from others emotionally, 59-59. And sometimes we're separated geographically, but there's always that connection, and you can always tap in. But it's an active tapping in. It's you tune into the frequency. You can't just expect you can't just expect your guides to be showing you every step of the way. There's a lot of work you've got to do in learning to put one foot in front of the other and ask those questions. And then the answers will come flooding in. But you have to sort of switch on the instinct, switch on the intuition, and let it guide you truly by listening to what comes after you tap in. So, connecting with spirit, releasing fear, relying on instinct. And, you know, releasing fear is good and it's important, and we talk about it a lot, but it's also a cliche, because there is a sense, I just saw 101.11, there is a sense that actually a little bit of fear is really good for you. You know, fear keeps you on your toes. You've got to have a little bit of fear. You've got to know that there is something out there that's bigger than you, that has bigger claws, bigger teeth, a bigger appetite, and perhaps a bigger pack that will think nothing of tearing you to shreds. And you've got to make sure you avoid that. So a little bit of fear, a little bit of adrenaline keeps you alert, it keeps you focused, and it stops you from getting complacent and lazy and falling back on your laurels. You know, it can also work in the way of, you know, fear of stepping forward into a new connection, fear of leaving behind that which has always been familiar, fear of succeeding on your own, even fear of succeeding above and beyond your family and your friends and your friend group or your work colleagues. That's difficult. You know, advancing in your career more quickly than your partner can be really difficult in a relationship. I've been in that dynamic before. And it's on the other person to have that sort of Leo strength of self to be able to support the person who's succeeding, or not so much succeeding, but perhaps advancing or making more money or has had a promotion. And it can be very easy to want to drag that person back down to where you feel you are in life, rather than support their journey and actually realize that they're probably succeeding because they've got you as a support system, and you are there cheerleading them on at every step of the way. And that can only grow more abundance when we support each other's successes and be there for each other's failures. Then we cannot lose. But when we start fearing that, you know, you're not good enough anymore because somebody else has got something that you don't, it can be a very slippery slope. And the other beautiful motto sort of comes to mind is about fear. You know, imagine two wolves of fear and love. And whichever wolf you feed the most is going to get bigger and eventually become so big it will eat the other wolf. So which wolf are you going to feed more? Fear or love? Cool messages coming out tonight. Let's have one more of those. It is like a hot box in here. And I ain't even smoking tonight. What I mean is, It's so hot. Despondence. Okay. Despondence. We're looking at what are the secrets between Leo and their person. We've got despondence. We've got a very spiritual energy coming through with purple, the crown chakra. She seems to be... This is quite a Medusa type energy with all those, like, her sort of crazy dreads look a bit like snakes. I'm feeling this is quite an Empress Medusa, which is quite a cool icon. But despondence is also someone that's, you know, literally they're up in arms. They are literally up in arms. They are frustrated, depressed. They are, you know, it looks like she may be pregnant. There may be somebody that's not happy that they are with child. Maybe someone not, you know, this person is clearly not happy with this woman who looks like she is empress-like with a baby in tow. And there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of flowers and buds and blooms here. But this person looks very unhappy. Now, this could be that sense of the first child feeling very neglected and jealous and resentful that there's a new baby coming along. And there's that sense of despondence where your first child or second child, whoever was the older brothers and sisters, they've had all the attention from mum and dad or just mum up to this point, and they've been number one, they've been the only child or the, you know, mama's favorite. And now there's a new baby coming along and mum is completely up in arms and focused on new baby, as she needs to be, because it might be really close to her due date, or she might just be having a hard, tiring day because either she's close to having the baby, or baby's been keeping her up all night. She can't get her hair right. She's feeling like she's a complete mess. And she's focused on herself and she's not focused on the other children. And the children are feeling that. And that is perfectly natural. So you could be kind of, you know, that could be the secret. Perhaps your child is keeping a secret that they're feeling a little bit neglected or resentful. Perhaps, you know, you need to have a discussion with a child right now about what's about to happen in the family, and perhaps think about a way that you can make the other children feel involved. You know, helping them recognize what a great responsibility and love and fun that they're going to have being a big sister or a big brother. And, you know, what special qualities they, you know, they have. So, yeah, there's a real sense of growing up here. A lot of growth, perhaps when you weren't expecting it, suddenly having to grow up very quickly. You know, if you're resonating with this, it is written, you know, realizing or recognizing or discovering that you actually have a mission here, that you are an assignment. You are on assignment from another world, another planet, another time, another version, another dimension, that you have a purpose and it was written. You know, that's a mind job. That's a real mind F. Okay. It's like when Cypher says in Matrix, you know, I bet you wish you'd taken the blue pill. You know, you can't put that baby back in the bottle. You can't put the genie back in the lamp. And it is a real weight of the world on your shoulders when you start to understand this. And it's a journey of understanding. There's no way you just get it all one day. It's piece by piece. You peel back the layers and put the pieces in the puzzle. And bit by bit it is revealed, because it would be too big if it was revealed all at once. It would just be too overwhelming. And we all have moments, those of us that resonate with this message, 11010, 11011. You know, many people that are thrust into great responsibility or great mission work or great light work, it's a scary, fearful journey, and it can feel like too much. You know, Jesus said, I can't do this. I don't think I'm up to this. I don't want this burden. I don't want this responsibility. I'm not ready. And he was shown that he was ready, but he had to go through his own trials to generate the self-belief. Nothing changed between his disbelief, as in nothing physical changed between 1:11:11. Sorry, I think that's what I was waiting for. Between his doubting himself and becoming the light worker that he was, the great healer that he was, except for the shift in his paradigm. And the only way he could really start to believe in that he was the chosen one, and this was the path that he was meant to walk. But he had to go through some trials and journeys of his own. He had to go into the desert and be the hermit, and he had to really wrestle with his own snakes, in his own deception, and find the truth within. The nugget, the golden nugget at the end of the rainbow was really that truth within, that it was always so, that it was always written and it was always meant to be. But it would take as long as it would take. And when they're ready, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? So even the greatest leaders, the greatest inspirational pioneers, healers, journeymen, writers, astronauts, sailors, all of them, they all had trials. They all had failures. They all failed over and over and over again. But they kept getting up. They kept getting up and for a do-over. They dusted themselves off and they said, you know what? I'm going to do it a bit different next time. And I'm going to do it better. And they did. And they learned from their path how to do it better. And we see these people suddenly emerging into consciousness or into history as if their success was overnight. For many, if you look back in history, for many of the greatest thinkers, artists, musicians, writers, a lot of them actually got their real fame when they were in their elder years. In fact, some never achieved their notoriety in their life, in their living lifetime. Picasso died, a poor artist. So did Van Gogh, I think. Many great artists who, even Leonardo da Vinci, he was definitely given critical acclaim, but he didn't sort of have the riches that are associated with, he never saw the riches in his lifetime on any level that we would associate with the current valuation of his work, the Mona Lisa, or any of his rockets or other engineered works and stuff. But because only now do we attribute and associate that great master work, that master craftsmanship with them, because we can see their whole body of work. We can see the journey, but we don't always see the beginning styles, you know, those trips and blunders and falls that may have seemed catastrophic to Leonardo at the time, but they were incremental cogs in the wheel that pushed him forward. But if he had been like, oh, well, they all laughed at me because I got it wrong yesterday, I'm never going to try again. Well, we would never know the name Leonardo da Vinci. So just remember, you know, if you're not failing enough, you're probably not trying hard enough. Renewal. This is really nice energy to come out after despondence. This is more this is like a, you know, allowing, you know, perhaps the worries of nighttime, perhaps the worries or you know, depressed thoughts, frustrated thoughts, you know, not being able to sleep at night brings all of its own problems. It brings, you know, problems to the following day as well. So perhaps there's someone not sleeping very well, feeling surrounded by sort of monsters at night. But this is nice because it's like, okay, the dawn is here. Renewal. You know, there's a new, fresh energy, and that comes every day. Fresh energy every day with renewal. You know, new buds, new opportunities, a new chance to write your story every single morning or afternoon, whenever you get out of bed. But you know what I mean? What I'm saying, every day you have 24 new hours with which to sculpt your beautiful story and your journey. And it really is in your hands. Look, you see, she's praising all of those sun rays. The sun is virtually coming out of her and her halo as the sun. And she's just embodying and embracing it and realizing she is the creator. Every day is a renewal. Okay. So in terms of secrets, I mean, I think we've got secret prophecies here. Secret society is just what went through my mind. Discovery at the bottom of the deck. I was about to put the cards away, but, you know, we are looking for secrets out here. There's a sort of like 5D shaman in the background. And maybe a 3D human with a beating heart in the foreground. Blue, and I'm seeing blue and pink, and I'm feeling it's a boy or a girl, as in maybe there was a baby coming in. I'm sure there are lots of babies coming into the world. Congratulations if this is you. It could be a girl, it could be a boy. Let's not spoil that surprise. Okay. Those of you that don't want to know, let's take, do you know what? Let's jump straight into the spirit animal guide because we're at 1 minute 20. Let's ring the gong. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Okay. Ooh, we weren't ready, Spirit. Sorry. So for Leo, For Leo, we're checking out what might be hidden, what secrets might be there. I'm feeling like there is definitely connection with others. It is written, talks to me of divine union, divine masculine, divine feminine. That's certainly what was a flavor of what was going on when I made this card. But it is also about the divine journey and mission that divine couples have. And it is not just all about Kundalini awakening and, you know, living on the beach for the rest of your life. There is work to be done, and the twin flame journey, soulmate, you know, the higher level soulmate journey is about a whole lot more than the physical union. But I definitely feel like with, you know, we've got this Empress, we've got almost like two Empress energies here. Perhaps the secret that you have, Leo, is that you have two people. You may have a baby mama, and this sort of sadder, more negative energy is around this energy or this family at the moment. And you may be wanting or developing a relationship or a connection with someone else. And this is sort of how you're seeing that person. And perhaps you're wanting to be out of this energy and coming into this much more fresh, a new and blossoming energy. Whereas this feels quite chaotic and sad and angry. So that could be the secret. Perhaps you're having to use your instincts to navigate a very sensitive situation at the moment. And I send you my healing and my blessings if you're in that situation. Especially if you're trying to be sensitive to everybody in a complicated situation. All right, let's ask a question. Sash, it's 1:22:22. Let's get your Leo on. Right, for Leos. Leo, what can you tell us about the spooky secrets around Samhain for Halloween? Oh, Son of Pentacles came out in the Aquarius reading, and the Daughter of Swords. Okay, let's get one more. Okay, you gave me two more. Okay, we'll go with it. We've got a Daughter of Swords, beautiful owl spirit energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Then we've got a Son of Pentacles. So we've actually got like a divine couple here because we've got a son and daughter. Doesn't matter that they are different creatures. We are all embodying all these archetypes. Son of Pentacles could represent Leo, Virgo, Capricorn, but I would say that both of these are representing a very solid, simple, unconditional, loving energy. There's no bullshit around these two. This feels very open. It feels very trusting. It feels very intuitive. There's a sense of knowing between them. They've got air and earth. That's a nice mix of masculine and feminine. And it's as if they're having a really interesting telepathic conversation, maybe. Son of Pentacles, Son of Earth, Daughter of Swords, Daughter of Air. Let's put these here. Can you see all that if I do that? That's better. Okay. Right, let's put that there. Son of Pentacles. and the Daughter of Swords. Actually, let's put them around that way. So nice for our Leos. We also had the Ace of Pentacles. More beautiful earth energy, Leo. Sorry, not Leo. Leo, you could be ready to give an Ace of Pentacles to somebody that is either a Leo or an earth sign. Even though Leo isn't sort of showing up here intuitively, I'm feeling this fire in the middle of the Ace of Pentacles as this sort of heart of fire, heart of the tree trunk, the core of the tree of life, the furnace of love. Ace of Pentacles, I'm going to put that under the Sun of Pentacles. And then we had the Seven of Wands. Very spiritual. This is all about courage, protection, spiritual protection by your spirit guides and your ancestors. You know, that torch, that light in the darkness. It's it's like the I'm feeling like the Red Sea parting before Moses. It's like this torchlight is just clearing a path in the forest. Or in the same way, you could see it as this is you. You are the light bravely pioneering forward in the darkness. And your spirit guides, your earthly family, your tree family, because we, you know, the Anunnaki are a very tree, when I say tree blood people, okay? I'm coining that phrase, tree blood people, or tree people, if that's easier for you. Yeah. All this earthly, all the abundance on the earthly realm is given with the Ace of Pentacles. And it's coming through under the Son of Pentacles. So I think there is a Son of Earth. Doesn't have to be a man, but it could be. Bringing his Ace of Pentacles as an offering, as a dowry to a Daughter of Swords. And this could well be you in one or other of these energies, Leo. You could be in the earth energy or the swords air energy. But we've got extra earth with the ace, and then we've got this beautiful 7. So yeah, like spiritual protection from your ancestors, protecting over this union, because it is written, abundance in the Ace of Pentacles. I was talking about somewhere over the rainbow. In legend has it that there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow being guarded by a leprechaun. And I believe that it's true. And I've set my compass and my quest to that end. So I believe it's true. And I believe that when you believe, you can have everything you want. And you have to believe to be able to manifest. And it's really funny. I was thinking about this the other day, like how you'd hear this so much when I was growing up, like seeing is believing. Like people would be like, if they haven't seen it, it's not true. If they can't see it, it doesn't exist. And this has been like almost like the tagline of science, of scientific exploration. Like if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. If you can't touch it, it doesn't exist. Well, now all we have to do to prove this whole ridiculous theory wrong is just talk about Wi-Fi. Because you can't see Wi-Fi, you can't touch Wi-Fi, but I bet you know that it exists because you're listening to it. You're listening to me over the Wi-Fi waves, okay? And so the real truth of this statement is actually that it's believing is seeing, not seeing is believing. It's actually belief comes first. If you believe it, then you can see it in your mind's eye. and then you can manifest it. But if you can't believe it in yourself, if you can't believe it's possible, then you will never experience it. It's really that simple. But it's funny how we've been trained by science to believe that actually if you can't see it, then it doesn't exist. Well, I bet there's a few of you out there that would agree with me that we know that there's a lot of things that exist even though we can't see them. So for Science 101, I'll come back next week. Let's take something extra for Leo. It's an hour and a half. Let's take an outcome. So I think we've got a beautiful union coming in. I think that's what the secret is. But, you know, the beginnings of new cycles, this is very sort of Wheel of Fortune cycle energy as well. We've had the sun and the moon coming out. This is a beautiful balance. We had the sun and the moon here. Masculine and feminine. Like I said, Leo, the solar plexus, sits on the border, on the bridge between negative and positive, as if we're a battery. The negative and positive end, or negative and positive charge, or ions, that kind of negative and positive. So we are balancing out. And actually, I did see balance on the bottom of the deck when I was chatting earlier, but I didn't talk about it. But I felt it, and it was very Libra energy. Acceptance. Wow. Okay. So as an outcome on this beautiful on this beautiful reading, Leos, where I feel this is talking about new beginnings, having to let go of old ways of being, perhaps old paradigms, old beliefs, old structures, the way our body used to look, the way we thought life was going to be, but actually every day is a new dawn. And whatever you thought was going to be the worst case scenario last night, it looks so different in the day. And just remembering that every day can be a gift if you allow it to be. You know, enjoy those nights, enjoy connecting in, enjoy tapping in, because before you know it, the day is starting again and it's time to, you know, refuel the furnace. So if you have mission work here and you have a divine other that you are being magnetically attracted to, I think, you know, we are coming into that time. And the outcome for your beautiful reading, Leos, was acceptance. Now, isn't that something of beauty? This is union. This is two people, perhaps from different backgrounds, perhaps a slightly different culture, slightly different skin tone. Doesn't really matter. It's not about the skin color, obviously, but it's about two people that bring something slightly different into the union, but it's a perfect harmony. There's a lot of doves of peace. Look at all those doves. It has been a day of doves of peace. There was so many doves in this reading and the Aquarius reading earlier. If you're liking that or you're feeling that is a spirit guide for you, please do check out the Aquarius reading. This is a number 4. It's kind of like a 4 of spirit. And 4 of spirit would be 4 of wands. And a 4 of wands is all about matrimony, marriage, partnership, love. It represents 1111 because you've got 4 wands. Sometimes they are holding up a party tent or a gazebo or an archway for a divine union. I'd say this is the 4 of wands in the moon, Queen of the Moon deck. 2 people who are totally 100% connected in electricity, in the 5D and the ether. and they're now reaching out for one another. It was written in the stars, babies. And it's a peaceful, beautiful, abundant, blossoming union. Now, that's one hell of a beautiful secret. I hope that you've enjoyed this reading, Leo. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing in your energy and being brave enough to be vulnerable and to love yourself, because you are so lovable. I love you, Leo. My beautiful lions, my beautiful lionesses. If you have found resonance in this reading, please do consider giving me a donation. Details are downstairs in the description box. It means the world to me, and you are becoming a beautiful sponsor of this journey. And for that, you will get great abundance in return. If you would like to share your donation money in towards getting yourself a reading because you have your own questions about this story or about perhaps something going on in your life, I would be delighted to read for you. I can pull cards for you and we can explore your journey. Details of my new special offer on questions is in the description box below. Please do check it out. And please do take care of yourselves. You're a beautiful fairy goddess, child, nymph, pixie of the forest, king of the jungle, healer of nature. Be good to yourselves. You are amazing. And I will see you in the next reading. I don't know which sign it's going to be. It does say 5 on the top of here, so something is changing. Something is changing, but something has to change in order for it to grow, right? Something has to be released in order for new growth. So meditate on my words. I hope you have found healing in this reading. That is my divine purpose. Thank you for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye, Leo.